Hello? All right. Looks like it's going. You guys hear me? Everything doing okay? I sound all right? Everyone see me all right? Everybody looking good? How's everybody doing? I'm live in Austin, Texas. Gonna chat it up for a while. So yeah, y'all, I showed up to Austin, Texas. Last night I did the Fort Worth, Dallas, Arlington Flat Earth Gathering. 22 people about showed up, including me, about 23 flat earthers in the same podunk little bar in Texas. It was perfect. So many of us got together that we kind of took over too much of the bar. So they had this outdoor patio area, which was perfect. It was shaded, had trees and a big old stage. And we went out on the outdoor patio area, and it was a great night, man, to have over 20 flat earthers together. Everyone was getting along. Everyone was talking and chatting. I looked around. People were exchanging numbers who had never met. Just goes to show you that you can get together and meet with people in your own hometown, and you'll find out you're not alone. There are people just like you. And for me to roll into Arlington, Fort Worth area and draw 20 people to a bar I've never fucking been to is an amazing feeling, and I was never able to accomplish that with any of my music. So it's like I get to live the dream of going out on tour, except without a band. So anyway, someone says Golden State Warriors. Did they win? Did they win the whole thing? All right. Did I hear the actor of the popular Netflix show Trailer Boys came out as a flat earther? I did not know that. I don't really watch that. I've watched that show a few times, but I don't watch it regularly. But wouldn't surprise me. They're yet to have anyone like really smart with any credibility come out, right? It's like we get Tila, the ex-porn star, a couple basketball players, right? I did meet a really cool dude. Check this out. At the Flat Earth Gathering in Arlington, Fort Worth area, CJ Mosley, Joe Rogan's pool-playing friend, actually showed up to the gathering. So believe it or not, I got to meet the guy that Joe said, doesn't know anything about physics because he's always playing pool. Watch my mouth about IPS. Oh, okay. I will, Flat Realm. Wouldn't want you to come kick my ass or something. I should probably start handing out wrenches, huh? Where are my wrench squad? I'm not going to hand one to everybody because I'm a picky motherfucker. So who should get one and who shouldn't? Jake, next road trip should be to BC. I haven't been to Canada ever, so I think I might actually make my way into Canada on this trip for the first time. If I go into upstate New York, I'm planning that I can maybe pop into Canada, even just for a day. I would like to get out, maybe into Toronto or something. So we'll see as the trip rolls on what happens. But all right, I'll start throwing out some wrenches. But don't go, Flat Realm said, Jake, I was not referring to you. Okay. So right now I'm in Austin, and I'm going to do a gathering tomorrow. Let me check my my address here. I actually have a gathering I'm promoting for Austin tomorrow. So any Texas flat earthers in the Austin, Texas area, I'm going to be doing the Texas Flat Earth meeting in Austin, Texas at a dog-friendly hangout with an oak-shaded patio, hosting live music, volleyball, food, and whatnot. And it's called Moon Tower Saloon. Moon Tower Saloon in Austin, Texas is where the next gathering is. The next gathering in Austin, Texas. So any Texas flat earthers out there, I hope you can make it out to the Austin, Texas gathering at the Moon Tower Saloon. The first one we did was awesome. How close to Boston will I get? Probably pretty close. I mean, I'm kind of the in control of my own destiny on this trip. I'll just decide where I want to go and when. Make more music, asshole. I know I need to. When I get back home, I'll have my bass and amp all set up, and I'll play bass during these live chats. All right, so let's see. The Steak and Mystery says, love you, Jake. Keep up the good work, bro. Have fun on your journey. So far, it's been really fun. Except for that little dramatic moment. That got a little wacky. But other than that, it's been really fun. So it's been actually really awesome. Sorry, I'll just checking to see if the options are up. Okay, I was just making sure that the super chat option was working. There one is. Anthony Sarvelis says, Flat Realm and myself support what you're doing. We love you. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the support out on this trip. I gotta say, man, that Flat Earth gathering yesterday in Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington area, it was mind-blowing to show up at 5 o'clock, like, and right on time. There were people like ready to go waiting for me. And it was absolutely awesome to hang out with like such cool people, and everyone was being cool and talking to each other. And then at some point I looked around and lots of people were all talking amongst each other. So it wasn't like they all just had to talk to me the whole time. They all started making friends with each other. And that's kind of what it's about. Like when I roll out of town, there's 20 flat earthers that just all connected together and are now like a posse, right? And these are just the flat earthers that know about me and watch my channel. I'm sure there's way more that don't even watch my channel. Guilt-free donation from Rakeen. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, bro. Or sis, or whatever you are. Hey, asshole, why can't you be more of an asshole? I am. I'm an asshole to the Globies. I actually almost got my ass kicked at the end of the night as I was walking out the bar because all my posse had left. So when I was leaving the bar, a bunch of rednecks were like, "What in tarnation's a flat earther?" And I had to start arguing with them. The funniest one, dead on true story, this is verbatim. The bartender, when we all started building up and more people started showing up, and there was this huge gathering that we had out on the patio, the bartender, like, was answering questions from people like, "Who are these people? Why are they all showing up here?" And so the bartender, when I came in to get a beer, she asked me, "So what in the hell's a flat earther?" And I said, "Well, we think that the earth is flat, as if meaning that there's no measurable curvature, and that it's not spinning, that it's motionless." And she goes, "You must be higher than a fucking kite." You must be higher than a fucking kite. I swear to God, dude. It was great. But they were happy though, because it was like just a little dive bar, and we put 20 people in the bar buying drinks, having fun. We were there for 4 hours, and then when I left, there was still a group of flat earthers still hanging out. That's what it's all about. Like, I put together this meeting, and then they all became pals, and then this one lady went around saying she's going to assemble a barbecue and get them all together and do another Texas gathering. So just goes to show you, with a little effort, you can gather a shitload of like-minded people and have a lot of fun. So got another $5 donation from Cisco. Mark Sargent uploaded the Trailer Boys Flat Earth debate. It's about 10 minutes. Check it out. Yeah, Mark Sargent always uploads a lot of other people's stuff, doesn't he? Kansas City. You know what? There's Kansas City and Chicago seem to be two spots that have this. Don't stop mentioning me. Oh shit! I think I almost did a devil horn. I gotta watch what I'm doing. Okay, so Kansas City and Chicago, they seem to be two spots that are calling for me a lot more than others. It's like certain cities I don't hear from at all, and then certain cities, there just seems to be a shitload of flat earthers. I don't know what it is. Certain cities are going flat faster than others. I'm coming to Kansas City, absolutely for sure. I'm coming to Chicago, absolutely for sure. And I'm coming to upstate New York, absolutely for sure. Other than that, I'm kind of day by day. And tomorrow I'm going to Houston, absolutely for sure. Tomorrow is the Austin gathering, and then the next day I'll go to Houston. Getting ahead of myself. So, Flat Earth Gathering tomorrow at Moon Tower Saloon in Moon Tower Saloon in Austin, Texas. It's in the description. Flat Earth Gathering tomorrow, 5 to 9 p.m. Moon Tower Saloon, Austin, Texas, on Manchaca Road. 10212. Shit. What's the 10212 Manchaca Road, Austin, Texas. The Moon Tower Saloon. Dog-friendly saloon and hangout. So that's where we're going tomorrow. I'll post it on Facebook, and I'll make another promotional video about it, like I have been doing. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to meet up in Austin at the Moon Tower Saloon from 5 to 9. Anybody in the Austin area, come on out. And then the next day I'm going to Houston, and I'll set up a meeting there at a location to be determined. There, got that out of the way. Yes, I am high, homie. I'm out on the road. I'm having fun. Any possibilities of making it up to Washington on your way back? Actually, my dad is going to be doing some rock and gem shows in Oregon, and I want to help him out. So I would like to head up to Washington because I've never been to Washington before. So I would love to go to Washington State and do something up there. So I would like to go help my dad out for one of his rock and gem shows just because it's fun. And it's his own business and it's interesting. So I'll go help him out probably for a day or two in Oregon, and then maybe I'll shoot up there into Washington. I I do need to go home for a few days. Probably in a few weeks, I'll start having to head back to California, and then I'll take maybe a short mini trip up and do Oregon and Washington, and then I'll come back and then take a break and then organize maybe another trip when it starts to get colder. I'd like to go all the way to Key West and back and do all the southern states. This is like one of the things I'm really enjoying doing, is getting out and shaking hands with flat earthers and whatnot. Seems to be really fun so far. And oh yeah, on the way I'm going to go through Colorado. A shitload of requests from Colorado. So on the way back, 100%, I'm going to stop in Colorado. FEA, do I like to smoke wax? I don't usually smoke wax. I'm mostly, pot's good enough. I'm from California. There's tons of pot. It's really good. To me, if you have to smoke like concentrated pot, then you're depending on THC too much. I get plenty high on just regular pot. So no, if someone offers it to me, I'll take a hit, but I don't go buying wax. I mainly just stick to regular old like good pot. Thank you, Sam Moore. I appreciate it, buddy. Butt wax. Ha ha ha. Oh man, see the thing about dabs, Lamborghini Live said I would like to be dabbed. No, the thing about dabs is they just like get me way too high, make me just want to go to sleep. Like I said, weed's already really good. To me, if you like really good weed isn't good enough for you and you have to smoke extra concentrated oil ass weed, it's like that's just too much. The only reason I think it's good to like do the pen and stuff like that is to like take it easy on your throat, or like if you're gonna smoke in like a movie theater or someplace you're not supposed to, you know what I mean? It's the pen is nice, but I got into the pen for a while and it would always just leak all over the battery and I have to replace the battery and the parts and it just turned into a pain in the ass and I ended up just going back to regular old buds. But anyway, enough about marijuana for a while. Everyone's talking about marijuana right now. People's talking about edible. But so far, people in Texas have treated me like I'm one of their own. They treat me like I'm here at home. I stayed with a flat earther family for the last 2 days. One of my original subs from like day one, her name was Dawn. She has a whole family of flat earthers, and they took me into their home and let me into their family, and it was fun. They have their like dysfunctional moments and fights, and like, you know, and they're apologizing, and I'm totally like not even fazed by it. I'm like, oh, it's all good. I remember what it was like to be in a family with stepbrothers and stepsisters and shit. It's all good. So I actually it was cool to go into someone else's family. Like I totally could have afforded a hotel room, but to stay with someone else's family, and even the little ones are saying that the earth is flat. They're going to school and telling the teacher the earth is flat and get in trouble. So it was a great experience, and I'm gonna roll through there again because I'm gonna cut up north, so I'll end up probably stopping by there again. They're gonna help me out with a tiny problem with my car. I had a little tiny problem. It's nothing huge, and they're gonna help me out with that when I go back because they're such good people. So shout out to Dawn and her family. You guys are great people. Your children are awesome, and you guys were great to me, and thank you. And all the people in Texas were absolutely wonderful, and it's just amazing. I can roll into Fort Worth, and I've never been there. I've been to Texas, but I haven't been to Fort Worth area, and to have 20 people show up, or over 20 show up, and like 3 of them had my shirt. It's awesome. It was mind-blowing. And one guy says, 0 Point says, let me go back and grab it. 0 Point says, yo, dude, Jake, so I was wondering what your opinion on spirituality and how this connects you to our slave jobs and brainwashing. Good point about the slave jobs. Actually, I recently left my job, and I don't want to talk shit about slave jobs, and that's kind of a derogatory term because we all have to make a living. We all got to eat. We all got to pay our rent. And, you know, the only bad thing is even if you're making a lot of money, you can be tied down and tethered to a job. And I had a job where I was paying my bills just fine, had medical insurance, you know what I mean? And I didn't have to worry, but I was tethered. Like I had 2 weeks worth of vacation built up, but they wouldn't let me take all 2 weeks. They would only let me take like 1 week at a time because like my job was in high demand. I worked with disabled people within their homes, most importantly with combative males who I have to dispense their pills. So it's kind of a thankless job, and I did it for 4 years, and it's something that was wearing me down, and I had 2 weeks of vacation time. And like I said, whenever I wanted to take all 2 weeks, they wouldn't let me. So they would only let me take like 5 or 6 days. And then they would be like, oh, the company won't approve it, so we'll give you 6 days. And it's like, you can take a vacation for 6 days, but I've been wanting to go across the United States. Like, not just that, just drive, like take off in my car and just go, man. Just go, right? And not plan, and just fucking go. And I did it, and it's been an awesome experience so far. And I had to leave my job to do it. And in doing so, I've been meeting a lot of people and learning how to optimize my YouTube channel, and had some drama along the way. But that's in my rear view mirror, man. That's like thousands of miles back there. And that's what I'm gonna keep doing these gatherings, because it's the most pleasant experience to be around like-minded people and then see all of them interacting together and getting along, making friends. I roll out of town, and now they're all like gonna get together probably, and have meetings without me after I'm gone. And to me, that's rewarding, and being able to get out on the road and do it and meet these people has been awesome. So I highly recommend if anyone ever gets a chance, to take a long road trip, even if you don't have people along the way to help you. I have camping gear in my car. I slept some nights in my car, to where even if you're roughing it, it's still going to be awesome. You can still see and meet a lot of awesome people, see a lot of awesome sights. I slept out under the stars in New Mexico one night, slept in my car in Vegas one night. I mean, right now I'm in an awesome hotel room. So things change on the drop of a dime. Somebody says, come to Nashville. I might. See, I've been to all the southern states. The reason why I want to go through the Midwest and then up to the Northeast is because I've never been to any of those states. So that's kind of why I want to go up to those states, is because I've never been there. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to go on this trip, was to see a lot of new places. All those states in the Northwest I've never been. I've been to all the southern states pretty much, and out here in the Southwest. And I've been up to like Montana and Wyoming and Oregon and Colorado, but I want to get into new areas where I've never, ever, ever been, and have no idea what to expect. And it's up ahead, and that's what's awesome. I've never been to Kansas. I've heard it's flat as a pancake. Be a place to do a video for sure. Flat as a pancake, Kansas. You're close to El Paso, Texas. Well, then why don't you come to Austin tomorrow? There was a girl that came from Austin to the Fort Worth, Arlington area, drove 2.5 hours to come out to the gathering. And now I said, oh, you know what? There's so many people in Austin who've been asking for me. I'm going to go to Austin and do a gathering there. So anybody in the Austin, Texas area, yeah, that gathering's going to be at Moon Tower Saloon, and they're really fun. It's been awesome. The Phoenix gathering was super cool, and the Fort Worth gathering was really awesome too. So the support's been mind-blowing. Miss Geocentric. Yes, I know you're Miss Geocentric. Hi, Dawn. I'm going to give you a wrench. Yeah, Miss Geocentric is Dawn. She's the one that hooked me up with a place to stay with her and her family. She's awesome. Great person. Great Texas people. Justin Hamilton says, Boston is ready. All right. I know it's up. All those big cities are kind of all tucked up there. It's going to be crazy to have all those huge cities all tucked up there in that Northeast region. And I might be able to hit them all. I don't know. So far, so good. My band has a show on the 1st back at home, so I got to go back home eventually. And they're going to want to practice before then, so I'm probably going to have to go back and practice with my guys and play that show. But yeah, so far, but I'm going to stay out on the road for as long as I can, because I'm having so much damn fun. Canada, yeah, got a lot of Canadian support. I've never been to Canada. I've only been out of the country just once, so and it was Mexico, so I want to go to Canada for sure. All right, Jeff Simmons says, math has me pegged. Here I donate a sack of shit. Math and me talked, and he retracted everything he said about me and took down his video, buddy. And Matt's really good at acting, so you never know when he's serious and when he's not. If you notice, we were friends on Facebook the whole time. He never deleted me or anything. But that's Math for you. Good old Powerland. Come to Kansas City. I'm coming to Kansas City. I'm definitely coming to Kansas City. I think I want to go to a barbecue place in Kansas City. Maybe I'll do a gathering at a barbecue place. Of course, then all the flat earth vegans are going to wish me death. But I'm kind of down for some good old Southern barbecue. I look high as hell? No, I don't do that stuff. Milwaukee. I haven't actually got anybody asking for Milwaukee. Oh, got a phone call from Las Vegas. Hello? Hello? Who's this? Who? Biker Scout. Oh yeah, you wanted me to give you a shout out, huh? Oh, slow it down? Oh, okay, I'll try to mess with it. All right, buddy. I'll try to what should I change it to? I don't know shit about it. I have it on 30 seconds. Should I change it to longer? It doesn't seem that fast. Okay. All right, thanks, buddy. Okay. All right, later. So another YouTuber named Biker Scout said I should slow down my chat, that it's too fast or not good. So let me figure out how to fix that real quick. All right. I think I slowed it down some more. Yep. Too many people want to talk to me, man. Just got to slow it down. I know. I thought I was slow too, but you know what? I'm not super fast. You know, other people are super fast. You know what? I think it's time we get this show on the road. Rusty, you want to do some tricks, boy? You want to do some tricks? I think we should have Rusty do some tricks. See, he knows what's up. And I want to thank Mary from Las Vegas. She sent me these treats. Well, she didn't send them to me. She gave them to me in Las Vegas and for Rusty. And she was a sweetheart. So thanks, Mary. Rusty's still eating his treats. So I think we're going to do the Rusty show for a minute. Come here. You ready? Lay down. Roll over. Good boy. Sit. Shake. Good boy. Lay down. Lay down. Roll over. Good boy. It worked. Okay, I got the right camera angle. All right. Hey, you want one? Sit. Good boy. You lay down. Stay. You stay. Stay. Okay, you can have it. Okay. Yay, Rusty! Rusty's a good boy. Rusty's the best boy. That's right. My dog can do tricks. If you want to train your dog to do tricks, it's easier than you think. Like roll over. If you want to train your dog to roll over, this is how I train Rusty to roll over. I'll wait till he stops it, till he's finished eating. You done? Okay. To train your dog to roll over, you physically take him like this and go roll over, and then you roll him over, and then you give him a treat. And then you just keep doing it. You go roll over, and you give him a treat. And you just physically roll your dog over and give him a treat over and over until they hear the command enough times and they associate the rolling motion. And then they just, whoop, Rusty. And then they just start doing it themselves. So if you want to teach your dog to roll over, you just physically roll his ass over and hand him a treat and tell him he's a good dog. And then you can, and he'll start doing it on his own. That's how I did it. So there's Rusty. He's the star of the show. Tell me I don't have the cutest damn dog ever, right? That's the star of the show right there. Do I have shirts for sale with me? I don't have shirts for sale with me because I sell them through Teespring online. I should have bought a bunch of them and brought them with me, but I just sell them online. That way I don't have to physically handle the shirts or ship them myself. So if you look in the description of this video, I actually have the link for the shirts, and there's actually a PayPal donation link for my trip. If anyone wants to throw anything to the trip to go straight to me and doesn't go at all to YouTube, I got the link to that as well. But definitely grab a shirt. This is the argument opener right here. If you have this on your chest, you can kick NASA in the nuts. And anyone trying to argue against you has to argue against that. And that's the real deal. That's them saying they went to the moon, right? Yeah, Rusty is a good dog. He's been a great travel companion. Rusty's like good with other dogs, good with kids, good with people. He likes to explore his boundaries. So I have to keep an eye on him because, you know, I'll let him out in somebody's backyard and I have to always be weary that they might have a little hole or something in their backyard that he might get through and get into someone else's yard or da-da. So I always have to watch him because he likes to explore and take, you know, go farther and farther until I call him, hey, get your ass back over here. So, but he's been a good dog, man. Great with people and great with kids and couldn't ask for a damn better dog, you know? And to think he's a rescue, you know, like somebody didn't want this awesome ass dog. I say rescue dogs, man, if you can. Oh, Jim Truth, there's a wrench for you, buddy. JM Truth TV, that's a good guy. Come up to Montana, maybe on the way back. The only thing is there's not a shitload of flat earthers in Montana. So it's probably going to be just a handful at most in the whole state. Nicholas Treesum says dogs are loyal, not like girls. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I've seen, those old couples that have been together for 50 years, so we can't say that. But I will say that dogs are loyal creatures, and I like them better than most humans, that's for sure. One thing about a dog is a dog won't steal from you or lie to you or cheat on you. You know what I mean? The worst thing my dog has ever done to me, ever, shit in my bed. He shit in my bed. That was the worst. No humans ever shat in my bed, but they have lied to me, cheated me, and stole from me and made me feel like shit inside my soul. The worst thing this dog ever did was shit in my bed. And that's a true story. Other than that, he's been a damn good dog. And he was sick, so I actually didn't really hold it against him. Oh, thanks, Anthony Sarvalis. More love for you and Rusty. You guys are the mobile billboard. We love you. Thank you very much. What about FE Subgenius? He deserves a wrench. Where are you? Yeah, where are you, Subgenius? I didn't see you, bro. I've been talking about shit so much, I didn't see you. Yeah, next stop will be after tomorrow. And once again, anyone just tuning in, we're doing a Flat Earth gathering tomorrow in Moon Tower Saloon at Moon Tower Saloon in Austin, Texas from 5 to 9 p.m. It's a dog-friendly place, so Rusty will be there too. So you won't get to just shake hands with me, you'll get to shake hands with Rusty too, and he knows how to shake. Ruth says, my dog stole my peanut butter one time. He ate the whole jar. Yeah, they'll do that. JM Truth says, you're the man, bro. Just take off and go across the country. You have my respect. Well, I've always wanted to do it. And when I was in a relationship, I don't think it would have been a possibility. And with my job that I had before this, they just wouldn't let me go for more than a week. They would just not approve the vacation time. So I had to just quit. And it was kind of scary. Like, okay, I'm going to lose my medical insurance. I'm going to lose my guaranteed income. YouTube is not like a guaranteed source of income. So, it's kind of like, okay, well, I got I got side sources of revenue. I have enough to get by. I'll make it work and I have money saved. I'm just going to fucking do it and go out on the strip and go meet people because I've always wanted to do it and fuck it. Like, you can always stop and go get another job along the way somewhere if I had to, right? I have a degree, so I felt like I can always go get another job if I need to. But at the moment, I just had to go, just take off and just see these people in real life. It gets lonely in Modesto, California. I have friends that I've converted to flat earthers, but they have their own life and their wives and their things going on to where I spend a lot of nights alone there in my dimly lit apartment. And I can put up a video and have people pat me on the back, oh, Jake, you're awesome, but man, I'm there by myself. It's like, so to go out on this road trip and to pull into Phoenix, or Las Vegas, it was, and have people show up, and then Phoenix and people show up, and then Fort Worth, Arlington area, and people show up. I have people to talk to and hang out with this entire way. I don't feel alone. And for the first time, I actually am totally over my old relationship 100%. Like, I haven't thought about it in a month. And it's like, that's the sign that it's long gone and done. And it was always lingering in my head when I'm alone at home in Modesto, feeling like shit, like the old relationship would linger in my head. And going out on the road, meeting tons of cool people and seeing I'm not alone. There are a lot of people like us out there. It's just been good, not only to get over some issues inside myself, but man, it's been really fucking fun. Jeez, you don't know what it's like to have so many flat earthers around you and everybody's talking it and everyone's smiling and enjoying themselves. It's magical. So I highly encourage you, if I roll through your hometown or anywhere near you, to come out to one of these, because you're not just going to meet me, you're going to meet other people and you're going to walk away feeling like you're not alone. All right. Bearwolf said the earth is a globe. Anyways, how is everyone? Somebody get rid of that sumbitch. Miss Geocentric, she gave me a few prayers, and anyone who knows my channel, I'm not a super religious guy. I don't really push any religion, but I do believe there definitely is a creator of some kind. I just don't know what. And Miss Geocentric, she gives me prayers, and whenever I'm feeling down, sometimes she has a way of giving me a prayer, a very loving Christian prayer, in the spirit of Jesus, amen. And she always says something that just makes me feel really good. Says that there are angels watching over me and protecting me, and it feels really good, man, to have these people in my life that they're just pictures on Facebook, and then when you meet them, they're real, they're genuine, and that's what I want to show everyone is I'm that guy too, man. I'm the guy you guys think I am on there, and so much more. And thank you, Don. Let me stay at your house. It was fun. I love you too, Don. Illinois. I'm definitely coming to Chicago. Sorry, guys. I get emotional. This whole trip's been like way wacky, over the top, like so much emotion. It's just been overwhelming. So I get moved sometimes. But yeah, someone said Illinois. I'm doing Chicago meetup for sure. 100% guaranteed. I've got at least 30 people called me out to Chicago, I think. Somewhere in that range. So I'm guessing turnout will be good in Chicago. Cynthia Klein, you're real and I support you. Thank you. I am. And that's what I'm out trying to do is unite the movement. That's one thing we can't accomplish. Going out and waking up the public is very important, and I'm all about doing that, and I've done that. But right now on this trip, I want to unite the flat earth movement because a lot of these people feel like I do at home, like alone. And when I can get them all together, smiles on everyone's faces, man, it's the best feeling. And it's showing people that we are for real. We aren't just like keyboard warriors. We can meet up, we can assemble, we can talk about ideas together on how to kick this thing off even farther and make it even greater than it is now. And we need each other, and we need to meet in person, and we need to bond and have real friendships. And there are people around you just like you, I promise you. And that's what I'm finding out on this trip. And at the same time, I challenge the others to try to do it, unite the movement. I'm not the only one capable of doing this. Like I said, just because I have a fan base who comes out to these flat earth gatherings doesn't mean that's the only flat earthers in that town. There's plenty of people, I'm sure, who don't watch my channel, or maybe just plain don't fucking like me. So, maybe there's, 100 more flat earthers in that area who just didn't know about it, or weren't given enough time or advance. So with proper planning, you can get a shitload of flat earthers together in any big city. They are out there. And if you plan it out right and you get them together, prepare to have a good time, because so far that's what it's been, man. Not one time has it been bad. Jason Lucas, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. Mr. Velveeta says, pick a bigger bar, though. Yeah, the first bar I didn't know. Dawn chose the bar. Miss Geocentric, she chose the bar because it was near her house. And I said, all right, I didn't want to be driving too far anyway because, I was going to be drinking beers and stuff, and I didn't want to have to drive too far back from the bar. So she picked the bar, and she said it was pretty chill. And it was, but then our group just grew too big. It like 10 people, it was able to fit in the bar. But at 20 people, we took over a section of the bar where we were grabbing all the tables in the bar and stuffing them together. And all the locals were kind of staring at us and like talking about us. And so we ended up moving out on this back patio area that was shaded, and it was actually way better outside. So once we went outside, it was much easier to talk. The jukebox wasn't playing and stuff, and everyone just started walking around and talking, and it was badass, man. I met a lot of cool people, and like I said, even Joe Rogan's pool player friend CJ Mosley, I think that's his name, he showed up. Like it was a really awesome gathering. Cynthia Klein, I trust your opinion and I'm grateful for your work, and you have a great time. Thank you very much, Cynthia. I am. It's been a blast so far. Life-changing, no doubt. Life-changing. And I know it's not the end yet, man. Like, there's a lot of great people on my map that I'm going to visit for sure. For sure, And it's exciting for me, just rolling into towns knowing I got people waiting for me. You fucking throw me in any of these towns, and I don't really, like, they're strangers, but I know they're going to help me if I need it. Like I said the other day in a chat, you drop me off in Australia without any money or anything. As long as I can put the word out on social media, help, I'm in Australia, someone come help me. I know that I have somebody around there who would come help me. And that is what's awesome about this is us flat earthers, we can look out for each other. We can help each other out. And man, I can't do it without you guys and your help and support, you know? If I ever come to Minneapolis, I have a place to stay. Thanks, Kenny Myers. Never been to Minnesota, though that would be a new state for me. And I can't put it out of the question. We'll see. I mean, it just comes down to how many requests I get from certain areas that like really just end up on my map for sure. And all the southern states, the only reason I'm going to, I don't feel like I'm going to make it this time is because I want to head north and do the Midwest and the Northeast because I've never been to any of those states. I've been to Florida. I lived in Georgia for a while. I've been to Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. So I've been through all those states. So I'm thinking if I do a second trip, not if, when I do a second trip, I'll go along the southern states and do like when the weather starts to get cold, I'll do the southern states like California to Key West. Something like that. That would be the bomb. And I have family in Florida on my dad's side that I would like to visit who I don't get to see. Are you recording your drive? You can do a time lapse of you driving through thousands of miles. I am recording the drive. I'm documenting the chemtrails along the way as well. Fascinatingly enough, here in Texas, they don't have any chemtrails, at least not since I've been here. They have them, but apparently since I've been in Texas, not one chemtrail. I came in from the western side of Texas, heading east. I came into Amarillo, Texas, no chemtrails, puffy regular clouds. And then I started heading south into Dallas-Fort Worth, no chemtrails, puffy clouds. Even in the big cities, like Fort Worth and Dallas area, there weren't any chemtrails. It blew my mind. I figured on the big cities, it would be littered with chemtrails. Nope. I drove out of the Fort Worth area into Austin, Texas, zero chemtrails. Freaky. No chemtrails in Texas? Did you guys get chemtrails eradicated in Texas? I'm liking Texas so far. People treat me really, really well and welcome me very well. And no chemtrails so far. It's pretty fucking sweet. So far, Phoenix and Las Vegas are the worst, most badly chemtrailed areas I've ever seen in my life. And they sprayed you like day till dawn, all night long and morning. It just didn't stop. And then I get to Texas and it's nothing, not one. And I'm going all the way across the state and then back up. So I'll keep you guys informed who's getting sprayed and who's not, because we all know those aren't just clouds. And I want to get to the bottom of like what places are getting hit like worse than others. And if maybe any court cases have been brought up to where the spraying has stopped or been limited in certain areas. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And I also want to bring up, hold on, Jim Truth TV. Hey, bro, rock the country. Lots of love from the Gennari family in Montana. You are welcome here anytime. Let me know if you ever need anything. Shalom. Thank you, brother. I got to catch up on some of your videos, man. Since I've been on this trip, I have not been watching many videos. Just been like meeting people, driving, hanging out, sleeping. It's hard to get rest properly. It's like whether you're in a hotel room or whether you're in someone else's house, it's just hard to get like a full night's sleep. So I always tell myself like, oh, tonight when I'm in this hotel room, I'm going to get a good night's sleep. Then I don't. It's like I'm still not in my own bed. It's still like I'm thinking about the next place I'm going to go. So I'm like running on a little bit of sleep, but all the adrenaline just keeps me moving. But anyway, I have a shitload of footage that I need to post to catch you guys up on my trip because I'm in Texas now, but my footage goes back to New Mexico just before the whole IPS IMAF Powerland incident. I have footage of me meeting up with IPS at the Dinosaur Museum, us going in the Dinosaur Museum, and I'm a loudmouth and like just not shy at all. As you guys know, he was more quiet and reserved. So when we went in the Dinosaur Museum, I just started pulling out my camera and making fun of shit and filming, right? Just like you guys know how I would. And he was more quiet and off in the distance. So I have that footage, and I also have the footage of him him in his apartment, his paintings, where he lives. I have the footage of most of the interview. Right after he said he was Math Powerland, I whipped out my phone and started taping his interview. So I have all of his interview. Only reason I don't want to post it is because people might think I'm still in Albuquerque hanging out with him, or that I'm supporting him or something, or that we're best pals because we're in the video. So I'm long gone. I'm not in Albuquerque anymore. I left. I'm in Texas. I've been in Texas for days. So I have the footage of me and IPS hanging out at the Dinosaur Museum, him in his apartment, his paintings, his interview, and what he said, his reason why he said he was Math. So I have all that on tape. I just know that if I post it without this disclaimer, that people are going to wonder if I'm still there in Albuquerque hanging out with him, or if, I'm his friend or supporting him. I haven't talked to the guy. He treated me extremely well while I was in Albuquerque. He was very friendly. We had some great talks and chats. So I can't say anything about bad about the guy as far as how he treated me. He was a great host, and really nice to me and Rusty. Yeah, as far as it goes, I haven't talked to him. I'm distancing myself from that situation, and my statement is that's between y'all. That's between IPS and Matt. You guys handle that shit. I'm out. I had a front row seat, but I wasn't in the game. You can have a courtside seat, but it doesn't mean you're in the game. And I'm out of there. I left, so I'm in Texas, but I have all the footage. So if I post the footage, I want you guys to know it's old. It's from days ago. I'm not there anymore in Albuquerque, but I have to catch you guys up. I have the footage from Albuquerque, and then I have the footage from being in Texas, the Texas gathering, and then I have to start filming tomorrow for the Austin gathering. So I got to catch you guys up with all that footage. So when I'm doing these live chats, it's like I'm ahead of myself. Like I'm in Texas, but then tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to post up the New Mexico footage with IPS, and you guys will get to see him behind the scenes and what happened behind the scenes. The only thing I didn't get was when he said his name was Math Powerland. I started taping right after that. So I have all that on tape, which nobody has except me. Moss the Tone, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Question the Lies says, don't post it. Don't post it. That's the thing, is I just told you about it. So how could people not want to watch it? I went in the Dinosaur Museum and started killing it. You guys know how I would be inside a dinosaur museum, no matter who's with me. Who cares if IPS was with me? I went to a dinosaur museum and started shooting off my mouth. You guys want to see that or not? So I want you guys to know, yeah, I went. I got some awesome footage. I could show you guys what this guy's like behind the scenes, who he is, how he lives, what his apartment's like, and all that. That's part of the reason why I'm out here doing this, so I can figure out these people. I'm a little nervous to go meet other YouTubers now. I kind of feel like I should just stick to meeting regular people. So, but I have the option to go meet some other high-profile YouTubers. I just am not sure if I want to. So I'll kind of decide that as I go. I know people want to see it. I just know that there are going to be people who don't understand. They're going to flip out. So I'm going to have to disclaimer the hell out of it. Like, I'm not in New Mexico anymore. I'm showing you the old footage. I'm gone. I left, okay? It happened. It's done. Just showing you the footage. Because I'm sure some people won't get it. They're going to think I'm still there chilling with them or something. So anyway, I'm going to post that footage. The Dinosaur Museum footage. I'm making fun of the bones. And they even have one with the moon craters. And I start talking about how moon craters are bunk. So, and there were some old people next to me who were mortified that I was talking so loud about how it's all bullshit. It's like, it's good footage. Yeah, I'm going to disclaimer it. Exactly. What else can I do? Chris Cooper says, how about Seattle? I plan on making my trip back to California, and then I'm going to help my dad out with some rock and gem shows at the end of the month. And I could hopefully, and he's going to be doing those in Oregon. So I hopefully can shoot into Seattle for a day or two. Kevin Spangler, come to Montana, get away from the drama. Oh, I'm far from the drama. The drama's in my fucking rearview mirror, man. That Flat Earth gathering I had last night in Texas, I'm still in Texas, at Fort Worth, Arlington, was amazing. So the drama's in my rear view, man. I'm cool, bro. And so that's the second request for Montana. So who knows? Maybe I'll curl back through there. Montana is absolutely beautiful. Montana, Wyoming area. I've been to what's that now? Yellowstone. That's probably one of my favorite national parks. I'd say top 3 national parks, where the geysers just shoot hot ass water out of the ground. It's Pretty badass national park. I highly recommend, even if you're not a national park person, go to Yellowstone National Park. Like to see water just boil and shoot up out of the ground like hella high. This is badass. It's the only place I've ever seen that happen. Chant of Spirits is hi from Ukraine. Hello, hi Ukraine. Sam Moore, Kansas City to St. Louis to Chicago. Oh, I didn't think about St. Louis, but I'm definitely hitting up Kansas City and Chicago. And then on the way back, Colorado, definitely for sure. I got a shitload of requests from Colorado, all over Colorado. So maybe I'll do like a 2 or 3 section stop in Colorado. Plus, I want to check out what you guys have for sale in Colorado, if you know what I mean. Blue Number Media, what up, bro? I got Mick. There's my buddy Mick, Blue Number Media in the house. Just wrenched you up, buddy. Hey, go check out Blue Number Media. That's my friend Mick in Modesto. It's been a longtime friend of mine, way before I was Flat Earth Asshole. We did a music and comedy gig together, like 6-7 years ago or something. And God, I'll never forget it, man. And there was like a piano there, and Mick got on the piano and he was doing covers and he was doing stand-up comedy. And at the time I was known as Solo Bass Jake. I just slapped the bass and would sing, and that was my shtick. And if you guys ever want to watch any old videos of me, just type in Solo Bass Jake here on YouTube, SoloBassJake. It's 3 separate words, Solo Bass Jake. Check it out here on YouTube. There's tons of videos of me playing bass way before I was Flat Earth Asshole, like going back to like 2009 even. And that's what I did around Modesto. And Mick's been a longtime friend of mine. Good guy. And he was in the video with me, NASA Epic Fail. He pointed out a string or a wire pulling up a satellite, like it was supposed to be a satellite launch out of the back of a shuttle. And Mick pointed out there was like a cable pulling the satellite out. And we slowed it down and showed it over and over. So check out that video, NASA Epic Fail, on my channel. Me and Mick totally slaughtered NASA on that video. Did you get the name FEA from FEA? No, I didn't actually. I love FEA. He's a huge influence on my bass playing. But Flat Earth Asshole, the name came because on Facebook there was a group called the Asshole Group, and it was like a local Modesto kind of group. There were some other people from out of the area, but mostly it was like Modesto area people who would post uncensored material, like stuff that could get you kicked off of Facebook for days, or booted off Facebook, like terrible, like just the most terrible obscene images you could think of. We would post in the Asshole Group, and the rule was you're not allowed to report anybody, you're not allowed to say anything. That in this group we're going to post the most nastiest, absurd, terrible things and talk shit about each other, call each other names, make fun of each other. And it was the Asshole Group, and some people couldn't take it. They would get upset and they would get really pissed off. And when I went flat, the Asshole Group turned on me, and a lot of my friends turned on me, musicians, comedians, because I was a performer in Modesto, and a lot of people knew me, and they all turned on me, and they started making fun of me on social media. And in the Asshole Group, they booted me out of the Asshole Group and blocked me, and they were talking about me behind my back. And this was before I was Flat Earth Asshole, actually. I just started making Flat Earth posts on Facebook, excuse me. So before I ever made any videos, I was making posts on Facebook. And you can, if you're friends with me on Facebook, scroll all the way back to my very first posts about Flat Earth ever and see, before I had any friends to stick up for me, they were nasty. People turned on me so fast. You guys know how it is. And they were coming after me. So my first Flat Earth posts, man, it was so many people coming after me, got booted out of the Asshole Group. And I knew they were in there talking about me behind my back. And people were sending me screenshots of these threads that were a mile long of just my friends and people making fun of me. And it hurt really bad, I remember. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make a video then. They all know I'm a flat earther and think I'm crazy. Then I'm going to start making videos, because I kind of had that urge. And I made my first video, Flat Earth Popular Questions. And I remember someone posted it in that Asshole Group, and they were making fun of me. And it just kind of took off from there. I was like, I used the Flat Earth Asshole as a defense mechanism. Fine, you're going to make fun of me? I'll just make videos and just fucking go make friends with all the Flat Earthers, whatever. whatever, fuck you. And so I called myself Flat Earth Asshole because I was kicked out of the asshole group on Facebook. I was the Flat Earth Asshole. So on a whim, I just came up with it, and it was open, and I used that name, and the rest is history, man. Like, my channel started to blow up. A lot of other popular channels were endorsing me, inviting me on their shows, and then when you start adding people onto your Facebook, Flat Earther friends, it's like they start helping you, to where when people are showing up and saying, Jake, you're full of shit and you're stupid. I went up on a plane and saw the curve. I was having friends show up and argue with me and say, oh yeah, the curvature doesn't exist. And here's some high altitude balloon footage. Boom. And once I had 5-10 people who had my back on Facebook who would argue along with me, I noticed that the tide changed. They stopped ganging up because they realized they weren't just going to argue with me. They're going to argue with everyone else on my page. And then it got to like 30 friends, 40 friends, 50 friends. And once you get like 100 flat earthers on your page, people don't want to fucking argue with you anymore. Because if you show up and say, hey, Jake, you're fucking stupid, and I went around the world on a plane, so I know. I have friends who will call you out and they'll make you feel really stupid. I've got some really smart friends who will take you apart if you show up to my page, start talking about the globe. So once I had my posse helping me out on Facebook, I noticed the friends that used to want to make fun of me just stopped showing up. They stopped showing up. And then it got old. Making fun of me just got old, right? Like I think it's flat. Everyone around town knows it, so who cares? And then they started noticing that my channel started to blow up, that I have tons of friends. Once you get to like 3,000 flat earthers on your page, they don't want nothing to do with you no more. They just avoid you, man. Then they don't know what's going on. Like, my family is like, all these people are encouraging him. We think it's weird, but at least he's happy. We don't get it. It's like my dad has no clue. He can't fathom why this is going on. He's like, well, why do these people want to hang out with you just because you talk about your opinions about the moon? They don't get it. The witness self. Hey, are you stopping by Atlanta, Georgia? Would love to show you some really cool shit. Also, no couch surfing. I will gladly hook you up with your own hotel room. Love your work. Sincerity. Please be careful out there. Thank you very much, brother. Hey, I used to live in a suburb of Atlanta called Roswell. It was a cool area. I don't know if I'll make it through Atlanta on this trip. I can't say for sure, but I will do the South on the second trip. So this trip has been awesome enough that I'm definitely going to do a second trip. So the second trip is going to be California to Key West, and I'll have to stop by Atlanta, Georgia for sure. And so that won't be too long, because I'll get home and I'll be itching to go do this again. I will. I'll get home, play a few shows with my band, and I'm going to be fucking itching to go out on the road again. So expect me to do the southern states on the second trip. All right, we got 369 watching. 69, favorite number. Summer of 69. Oh, yeah. Paul Daniels is getting a wrench. Wrench up more people? Oh, everyone looks like they're getting along. I am Face said if I could ask if I could send weed money. I'm about to run out of pot too, man. I'm down to the nitty gritty. I need to get some more pot soon. Shit. I'm going to be going into states where I've never bought pot before. So hopefully people have the hookup for me. Holla if you hear me. Comprehensive Theory says, I get so tired of hearing I saw the curve from an airplane. Did you feel the airplane curving with it? Fuck no, you didn't, because there's no curve. What sucks about somebody, if you're going to go into this debate, if they say they've seen the curve, you know it's going to be an uphill battle, because they think they've seen it. And if they think they've seen it, it's really tough to talk them out of it because they think they've seen it. So at least if they're open enough when you say, hey, have you ever seen a curve? And they go, oh, I don't think so. You have a chance at least to get them on Flat Earth much quicker. If they say they've fucking seen it, it's like, oh man, this is going to be an uphill battle, because they're always going to go back to, I seen it. I climbed up on top of a mountain and I done seen it. And no matter what you show them, they're just going to say, I seen it. And I hate that. So the whole I seen it is like, oh God, do I even want to try to wake this person up? And I'm back. Oh, and we're getting a call. Getting a call from Daniel Falkenbach. Hello? Hello?
Yo, Jake.
What? What? What?
Fucking wrench me up, asshole.
I can't find you. Where are you? I haven't seen you. I don't pay attention that much either, so you gotta.
I've been saying over and over again for
I don't.
30 minutes.
I don't see you.
Stupid asshole.
Hold on, let me go down and get it going again.
Everyone's laughing now. They're like, this is funny at this point.
Okay, so far I don't see you, brother. Rannick. Oh, that's the dude who came out to meet me in Phoenix. I'll wrench him up, but I'm still waiting. So what channel are you listed under, brother?
Flatter Subgenius.
Oh, okay, I'm still looking for you.
Freaking, where are you at right now, man?
I'm in Austin, Texas. Yeehaw!
So is Texas the real deal? Is it like,
Dude, Texas has been badass, bro. Not even gonna lie, Texas has been amazing to me so far, man. We did a Fort Worth gathering last night. 22 flat earthers or so showed up. It was badass. Still waiting to see your name, dude. Type something in so I can see you.
I look at this. I'm tagging you. I'm tagging you over and over again.
I wonder if somebody like booted you or something. Oh, there you are. Okay, there it popped up finally. It took a minute. All right, you're moderated now. You're good.
I'm like good. I'm fucking paid $270 for that wrench. I fucking deserve it.
Yeah, you sure did. And you know what? I've done so well, I might just have to come back through San Diego and hook yous up, brother.
Oh, shit. You just made me freaking get a little chubby with that comment.
Oh, hey, so this. Let me give you a shout out. So right now on the phone, I got Mr. Daniel Falkenbach, who runs the channel Flat Earth Subgenius. He runs chats as well. He let me stay at his.
Flat Earth Illuminati backup channel.
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh my god, you're such a pussy.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I promote your one channel, but I'm not gonna promote the one that's the no channel. So he's the guy who let me stay at his crib on my very first video, FEA across the USA. My first video from this trip, FEA across the USA, was at his crib. He let me stay there, and it was a fun night. And I'm gonna have to go back there and hook him up because he told me to park in a spot where my car wasn't supposed to be, and it got towed. And then
that was weird.
It was.
My roommate thought that shit was weird.
But it was good footage that we got, though, bro.
I think so. I think so. It was good, yeah.
So I definitely got you when I come back through, bro.
Oh man, thanks, dude.
Even if I have to go stop back home and resupply, and then come back down and hit you and just hang out in San Diego for a day or two, I'll definitely come down there.
We gotta go hiking up Cloud Mountain. That's the tallest mountain in San Diego. We gotta do an interview at the top. Wear our shirts. Go at the top. There's like tons of people at the top. I'm telling you, like sometimes 50 people.
All right, yeah, we'll hike up on top of that mountain, and then we'll look and see how flat that shit is.
Oh yeah, it's the tallest mountain in San Diego, and we'll be able to see like fucking 60 or 80 mile island, 100-mile islands that are like Mexican islands 100 miles away.
Awesome. I should probably go buy a P900.
I got a P900. Don't worry about it.
You have a P900?
Yeah, dude.
Awesome. Let's fucking P900 that fucking mountain.
Hell yeah, we will. So, dude, I'll let you go, though. I don't want to slow anything down. I'll let you,
all right.
Freaking I just wanted my goddamn wrench because I fucking deserved it. But
you're wrenched up now, bro.
Dude, thanks, man. See you later, Rusty, and Flat Earth Asshole. See you later, everyone. Peace out.
Later, brother.
Care, bro. Love you, man.
Love you too, brother. Peace. Hey, go check out Flat Earth Subgenius. A dude hooked me up with a place to stay on the very first night of my trip, and had a great time over there. Had my car towed, but it's all good. It's back on the road, in Texas now, man. So it didn't even matter. But I'll definitely hook him up when I go back through there. And good guy. Go check him out. Jason Lee Arnett. Oh, look at all these people I'm recognizing. That's the dude who came to meet me in Los Angeles. The only guy in LA, but I didn't set up a proper meeting in LA. So what I'm going to have to do is set up a proper meeting in LA because it's not that far from Modesto. So I'm going to do a better gathering in LA because I was just passing through and I stopped at Denny's one morning and I was like, I'm in LA for 3 hours. Come hang out with me. And Jason was the only guy who came to hang out with me for that period. And then as I started figuring this out more, I realized if I get to a town a day ahead of time, I can promote promote a location, make a promoting video for the location, and then people know like where to go, when to be there. So when I get back home, I'll promote something up for Los Angeles for sure. And it's probably another like a San Diego one, and Oregon and Washington as well. And then after the summer, or towards the end of the summer, I'll start planning out California to Key West. And then I would like to go to Europe and meet my European fans. Sensimilia says Flat Earthers in Atlanta, Georgia. I used to live in Roswell, Georgia. He has a P900 as well. Stetson Guzman, keep it up, brother. Flat is back. P.S. Wrench me. Wrenched. I'm going to wrench the witness self as well. Hey, Jake, you stopping by Atlanta. So I'm getting more requests for Atlanta. Starting to look like that might be a stop I might have to just shoot my ass over there, maybe. User 96 says Scott Kelly is a fucking liar. Oh, man, when I get back, you guys have no idea. When I get back, I'm going to start the premiere live chat. What I'm doing here on the road, it'll be all right, but when I get back, I'm going to have my apartment set up and ready to go to where I'll have my bass powered up, hooked up to my amp, like ready to go, to where I can just stand up, like bam, 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 and slap down some music. I'll bring in some live guests from out of town. Man, when I get back home, I'm gonna focus on this live stream and turning it into like the most awesome, interactive, and fun Flat Earth live stream. And I'll have it. I'll set up like a weekly one, because I know that right now I just post videos like scattered, like whenever, you know. And that's one thing I don't have is like a set weekly live show. So what I want to do is do a live show that's very not only interactive but also very watchable, so that it's not just me sitting here looking at you at my laptop. That, you know, I'm going to play some bass, have live guests come over and hang with me. You know, I know some flat earthers around this plane, and I could probably get some high profile flat earthers on as guests even. So that's something I would like to do. Tiffany Morgan says South Carolina. You know, I might make it to the Carolinas. I might come through there. I'm not sure how far south I want to get. All right. So Nabar says go north. I am going north. I'm going to go to Chicago, Kansas City, Chicago, New York. Those are definitely on the list. I'd like to meet up with Jenna Fredo in New York and with her P900 go perform some experiments. I don't know if the conditions will be right while I'm there to go to the exact spot where she saw the Rogers Center with her P900 from 30 miles away across Lake Ontario. But I'd like to, if it's possible, to recreate that experiment. And, you know, with help from you guys and with help from me, we could probably even get a boat and just drive straight at the Rogers Center with the camera rolling to dispel any notion of it being a mirage, because then it's like, at what point does it, you know, from a mirage turn into the real thing? So it would be fun to take her experiment to the next level if the conditions are right. Glenn C. says, Jake, glad you got to check out Texas. Definitely keeping tuned into your journey. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I love Texas so far. Texas has been very good to me. Holy shit. Hold on. Candor says, check PayPal. Someone said they donated $1,000. Holy shit. You never know. That's what's crazy about this super chat, dude. I just run it. I have no idea what's going to happen. And you know what I hear is that the gamers, the video gamers, that they make way more bank than any of us conspiracy channels. I hear that the people who play video games, who have like 5 million subs, that people will throw like $1,000, $2,000 up on the screen all the time and no one bats an eye. So shit, if you're good at video games, start doing the live streams and the super chats. Like, I'm not that good at video games, man, to do it professionally, but I'm thinking about it. Shit, even if I suck. So these gamer channels, you know what I mean? No, they don't ever get called a sellout. No one's ever like, you're playing video games and making millions of dollars? You fucking sellout. Some shit. Why not go play some video games and make millions of dollars? This super chat thing is worth way more money in other avenues of YouTube. I'm guessing us conspiracy guys get minimal donations compared to some of these huge gamers, right? Shit, I should start a gamer channel and get it up to millions of subs and then flip and then tell them that it's a flat earth channel. I'm just not good at any new games. I can only play like old school like NES games, Nintendo 64 and shit. Mario Kart. All right. Mano Usos, hope I'm saying that right, says, good morning from Greece. Greek flat earthers count to 4,000 and rising. Wish you the best. Keep watching your videos. Interesting. 4,000 flat earthers in Greece. Might be more. You might be low on your estimate. Hey, Jake, look up Flat Earth Brewery. There's a Flat Earth Brewery? I didn't know that. Mark Red says you are not answering questions. Well, I'm trying, bro. There's, 375 people watching, so it's tough to get to everybody. Christian Wolf says, let's talk about IPS's woman's skull. If you think it looks like a woman, that's cool. I don't know what else to say about it. I didn't look at it that closely to think if it looked like a woman's. He looked like a dude to me. He had like pretty big muscles, actually. He's been working out. He admitted he was former military to me. He had U.S. Army stickers all over his car and admitted he was former military. And he had muscles. Dude's been working out. So he's like shorter than me, but muscular. Definitely not the type of arms you would see on a lady, I would think, but never know. George Lewis says N64 was the best. I know, Mario Kart and 007 was the shit. I went through a phase where I had to go back and buy all my old favorite video games. So I have like a shitload of old video games at my back at my apartment. They're collectible too, man. Every once in a while, it's fun to break out those old games and go back in time. Logan Fowler says, how do I hook up my Xbox with YouTube to live stream? Logan, the awesome thing about YouTube is there's a video to tell you how to do everything. I'm not a gamer, and I don't know how to do that, but I watched a YouTube video that taught me how to do a live stream, and so there are YouTube videos out there to teach you how to do damn near anything. There are YouTube videos like guys like me make that tell you the earth is flat. Then there are YouTube videos of people to tell you how to live stream and how to be a professional gamer. So I'm sure there's plenty of videos that you can watch that'll tell you all about it. But seriously, as a side income, if any of you guys are good at video games, if people are willing to like buy comments, why the hell wouldn't you want to do that, right? You know what I mean? None of those guys get called a sellout. It's like, what? You play video games, you make money all day? I'm going to go work at construction and have somebody else profit off me. You sellout, So it's kind of funny how like a gamer can get away with it all day, So I would recommend it. Shit, I'm thinking about it too. Maybe I'll like just come up with my own gamer channel. Flat Earth gaming asshole. Undead Kid says, what is my view on intelligent design? Well, I think we are intelligently designed and created. I just don't know by what. And so, my Christian subs are, they're like, this diehard Jesus, man. And I like these people. They're good people. And I just don't know for sure who created us or what created us or how it all works. So I just feel we are created. So I come from an atheist background, like diehard atheist. And then the flat earth brought me to intelligent design creationism. I just don't know what. And I'm still in that like thing where I need proof of anything. Like I need proof of the flat earth, and I got it, that there's no curvature. No curvature exists. So that was the proof there that I needed. And that, the earth isn't spinning. It's like, these are things I can prove, whereas like what created us, I personally can't run any tests to prove that. And I know what different religious books say, but I just don't know for sure. And so who knows where my spiritual religious path might end up. For the moment, I say, hey, I feel like we are created intelligently by some sort of higher power. I just don't know what. And that's where I stand on that. So I would never go against anyone's religion. I would never say that, your God doesn't exist or anything, because I don't know. Hey, Jake, did Joe Rogan or that Mick West guy get back to you? Let me go back and read that one. Hold on. Shit, where was it? Oh, did Joe Rogan or that Mick West guy get back to you after your video? Mick West couldn't keep me and Jenna Fredo's name out of his mouth. He started joining flat earth groups and saying that it was a mirage, that Jenna Fredo's proof is a mirage because she smashed his website. And for those of you who don't know, Mick West was Joe Rogan's guest on his podcast, and Mick West runs two websites. He runs Contrail Science, which is it's a chemtrail denial page, which basically says that chemtrails aren't chemtrails at all, that they're just clouds and water vapor and ice crystals in the sky. And so he basically runs a chemtrail denial page called Contrail Science, and he also runs a a curvature calculator called MetaBunk, where he takes the curvature numbers and he knocks it down using the observer height. And he has a much more complicated math formula than the 8 inches per square mile, which a lot of flat earthers are wrongly using, because that assumes that you're eye level with the water, that you're measuring the curve from eye level with the water. And a lot of flat earthers are forgetting to take their height into consideration, your observer height, just your height alone, and then however elevation you're standing on also needs to be accounted. So the awesome thing about Jenna Fredo and her proof, and the reason why I love her proof so much, it's probably my favorite one, is because she used Mick West's website that's designed to knock the curvature numbers down with a math formula that no one can understand and that we can't look at ourselves. And she beat his website curvature calculator by over 100 feet. She saw the Rogers Center, which is only 282 feet tall, from 30 miles away. And his website, even when she accounted for her observer height and refraction, she still beat his curvature number, and we could see the Rogers Center in its entirety. And it really pissed him off, because his site is really good at knocking down that curvature number. You'd be surprised what just 10 feet of observer height would do to that curvature number. It knocks it down a lot. You should check out the MetaBunk website that he runs. And that's what the globetards are using to debunk us, is they think that this site is debunking us because it knocks down the curvature numbers. And they're right to a degree, because a lot of flat earthers aren't calculating their observer height into this equation, or that they're standing on a hill. I've had flat earthers say, I can see, Mount McKinley from, 150 miles away. It's yeah, but you're also standing on a mount, looking at a mount. You have to include that to the equation. And Mick West's website knocks down that curvature number so significantly that it usually ends up to where, you can still see what you're supposed to see. So it is curving, but you can still see it with refraction, is what his website usually gets. The results usually end up that way. Jenna Fredo found the magic zone to where she smashed his website by over 100 feet, even with refraction and all this included, because she was standing right at the water's edge. So her height was only a little less than 6 feet tall, and she's right on the water's edge. So he started joining flat earth groups and talking about Jenna Fredo and talking about that proof over and over and over again, which showed you that we got to him, that we pissed him off. And so I think it was awesome that the guests on Joe Rogan's show, Mick West, he definitely saw the video, had to talk about it over and over, and join flat earth groups. Eddie Bravo, who's Joe Rogan's pal, he shared my first video that I did on Instagram. So I know for a fact that Joe Rogan saw at least one of my videos, if not all of them, because I did 4 of them. So I know for a fact he knows who I am now. The fact he chooses not to mention me. Oh, and I just met his friend CJ Mosley last night at the Flat Earth Gathering, who's a pool player. So Joe should know who I am. So it'll be interesting to see if Joe just keeps bringing up Eric over and over again rather than me, because I stuck my boot in his ass pretty good, and I stuck my boot in Mick West's ass even more so. Jenna Fredo's proof smashed that dude's website, and he makes a living on 2 websites dedicated to debunking the greatest conspiracies of all time, the flat earth and chemtrails. So I know for a fact that Joe Rogan has probably been told not to mention me, right? I'm not trying to cause drama here, but there's a reason why he'll only bring up Eric Dubé and he won't bring up me. You know why they don't want to debate with me? Because they can't fucking talk about me loving Hitler. They can't talk about that one time I dressed up like a lady. They can't talk about a lot of shit with me that they can with these other guys. A debate with me will go towards the curvature where it belongs. I won't let them escape the fact that there's no curvature. So I don't think they'll take a debate with me because I'm the real deal and I won't let them escape. So I think what you guys might see is a staged debate before long, and it's my job to step in front of that bullet and expose that little plan, throw a monkey wrench into it. So before you see Mr. Dubé go on Joe Rogan's show against Neil deGrasse and try to defend the fraudulent AE map and try to defend his Hitler stance, it's gonna be funny to see them try to pull that off, since I just told everybody that's gonna be their fucking plan. Now they're gonna have to scramble and figure something else out, right? Because they don't want to bring me up, right, Joe Rogan? You don't want to bring up me. You'd have to talk about the fact that there's no fucking curvature. and that we didn't go to the moon. And you know damn well I wouldn't let the conversation go anywhere else other than that. I'd carve those two dudes up, and they don't have anything on me. They can't show clips of me dressing like a lady and hailing Hitler, right? So that's why a guy like me is so dangerous in a debate, is because I'll keep the debate where it's supposed to be, on curvature. And I won't make any outrageous claims either. You know the awesome thing about the fact that there's no curvature is we can tell these guys to get down on their hands and knees and show me the curvature, baby. They're like, how does eclipses happen? I'll just be like, I don't know. Get down on your hands and knees and show me the curvature, right? That's where the argument's won and lost. They're going to want to point in the sky and be like, round, look at the round stuff up there. Look at the round. I'll be like, yeah, that's cool. Now get down on your knees and measure that curvature, bitch. Show me the curvature. Dale Gabat says, I dressed up like a lady when I was 5. Yeah, I had stepsisters who dressed me up like a lady when I was a little boy. If you have stepsisters or sisters in general and they're older than you, then you got dressed up like a lady when you were a little boy. There's pretty much no way around that. If you have sisters who are older than you and could beat you up, at some point they probably made you dress up like a lady. But once you're a grown man, you have to pick and choose the times you're going to dress like a lady. Hey, Jake, any chance of coming through St. Louis, Missouri? Possibly. I'm definitely doing Kansas City, Missouri. Darren Croswell says, Eric Dubé may not be a fake about flat earth, but he is an asshole. Personality goes a long way. Well, straight up, you guys, he was my favorite. Eric was my favorite, and Matt was like my second favorite. I like both these guys when I first started, and I was like, man, I love Math Powerland because he's like a comedian. He gets up on stage, and I've done stand-up comedy several times myself. So I loved Matt's early performances, and then Eric's early flat earth work was brilliant. So these were my two favorite guys, right? Before I ever made a video, like was enamored by both of them, like looked at them like they could do no wrong and say no wrong. So to see them over time and the moves they've made over time, and then me become friends with Math, climb up the ladder and get to this point, my perspectives change over time, naturally. Like a lot of people, your perspectives of these YouTubers can change over the years after you see the moves they made. One of the things about the dude that really bothered me was like after he dressed like Pat Steer, even though I thought it was funny when he mocked Matt and dressed like Pat Steer, I thought it was funny. Problem was when I would post his proofs, I always wondered in the back of my head if somebody was going to ask me like why I'm following a guy who dresses like a lady. And then the Hitler thing, like, okay, you can want World War II revisionism, but it's a whole nother thing to like love Hitler and hail him. Like, do I have to hail Hitler to think that he wasn't that bad of a guy? Do I have to hail him to think that not as many Jews died as they say? No, I don't have to fucking hail him. And he made a rap video where, quote, I'm pretty sure verbatim, he says, I don't give a flying fuck what you say. I represent the flat earth and hail Hitler all day. Isn't that verbatim what he said in his rap song, his first ever rap song? I don't give a flying fuck what you say. I represent the flat earth and hail Hitler all day. So it's not that you want World War II revisionism. You hail Hitler all day. You don't think that the media or Joe Rogan or Neil deGrasse might not talk about that in a debate? That might not be an issue. I'm all for like a revisionism for the truth, but there are some fucking topics like the fact that there's no curvature that I don't want to be tainted by someone calling me a Nazi. And in those circumstances, I gotta agree with my boy Matt that this guy could have been brought in to smear us with Hitler's jizz so that we can never get to the curvature argument. And whenever I bring this up, someone always calls me a kike-ass Jew and says I need to research Hitler and the Jews. Let me say this again. I'm all for World War II revisionism. I'm all for saying, Hitler wasn't as terrible as our history books say. I'm all for saying not as many Jews died as they say, but I'm not going to hail him all day and wear swastikas and shit, okay? See what I'm saying? You can think that we were wrong about a lot of things in history without hailing somebody. I don't hail Stalin. I don't hail Caesar. I don't hail Hitler. I don't hail Buddha. I don't hail any man. I hail no man, right? So I want to make that clear because that's the only thing that comes up with me over and over again that I feel I have to explain. And there's a shitbag named Brian Andrews who's been making videos calling me kike-ass Jew and Jake the Jew. Like, that's their only play now because I came out against the great Dubé and said I don't want to be labeled as a fucking Nazi, and neither do any of my subs, neither do any of the people I know. And a lot of people stood up with me and agreed with me. So they started sending these trolls after me, and in my opinion, paid trolls, who started calling me kike-ass Jew. Your problem is I grew up atheist in Modesto in the public school system, worshiping the ball like I was indoctrinated to do. Oops, Brian Andrews, Brian Grossman, you loser. That's right. I was an atheist, went through the public school system, found out about flat earth, turned into a creationist. Just don't know what created us. Not a Jew. There's not a whole lot of Jews in Modesto either. But you can go back and watch old performance of me being a hippie, a pot-smoking ass hippie named Solo Bass Jake, with performances of me playing the bass in front of people for years. Go ahead and try to match that up to any to anything of me not being legit. Go ahead, try to point me out as being a Jew. Try to point me out as being fake, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna point yourself out as being a fake. It's kind of why I'm out here meeting real people, so that anyone who calls me a fake will basically call themselves a fake. Call me a fake, that means you are fake, or you're stupid. Come meet me. Come to one of these gatherings and see how fucking fake it is. Brian Andrew, you better hope I don't roll through Columbus, Ohio, and find your bitch ass. Punch you in your stupid face. Brian Andrews, dude, that guy's a worthless piece of shit. That guy showed up to my Facebook page and posted 30 Jew memes in a row, like the ones with characters of Jews going like, ha, 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 with money signs and shit. He posted like 30 of those in a row on my page, so I deleted them, and then he made a video about how I censored him and blocked him because he was trying to educate me about the Jews. It's like, God, man, do I really have to deal with all you guys, man? Really? Do I have to do this? So I take that out. I delete that guy. He comes back with the sock puppet account the next day, slips past my radar. 30 more Jew memes in a row on my page. So it's like if I take 30 Jew memes down, then people say I'm censoring the truth. But if I leave 30 Jew memes up on my Facebook, then I agree with that stance, right? Nice try, fellas. You're gonna have to try harder. You're not gonna get me with that stance. I'll explain myself over and over and over again. I'm all for revisionism of the truth, but you're not going to get me to take the stance of the Nazis. Sorry. And there you go. And that's me being honest. And my honesty might get me in trouble, but my honesty is also what keeps people following along with me. It's because I'm honest, because I speak the truth. In these live chats, man, I have no filter. I'm just saying what I feel like right off the top of my head. And it's good and it's bad because you guys are getting the real deal unfiltered. Normally I could tape myself with the phone and then go back and say, whoa, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should say that in a different way. But now I'm just going to start saying it. I've reached the point where I'm just going to start saying it. So, yeah, man, I'm going to step in front of any bullets I see. Anyone trying to derail the movement or going to try to screw this thing up, I'm going to step in front of it and I'm going to call it out. And in my opinion, I see a staged debate coming our way. A staged debate that won't involve me. It'll involve someone else. And they're going to get taken apart. And then they're going to make a stupid move and the curvature won't even come up. There's lots of wrong things with that AE model with the ice wall surrounding it. There's lots of things wrong with that. There's lots of things wrong with the curvature formula and these proofs that people are bringing up without factoring in their observer height and the elevation that they're standing at. And if somebody is to go to battle with that wrong map and wrong proofs, they absolutely will get taken apart and we won't get to the curvature. They'll just say, oh, those flat earthers with their fucking wrong map, and their bunk curvature formula. Yeah, it can get taken apart really easily, you guys. And so I've got to be the guy to step in front of that bullshit before it happens and point it out. Because if they're watching, and I know they are watching, they're going to have to think of a new plan now because I just monkey wrenched their plan by talking about it. I know they're not happy with me assembling these people along the way. So I got to put this out here right now for you guys. And I told my mother this just today. if anything is to happen to me on this trip and they say Jacob Gibson came up suicided, that I committed suicide, I want you to know that that something weird happened and I love this life. This life is beautiful and I will never, ever hurt myself or kill myself. I would never hurt myself in any way. I would never take my own life. So I want you guys to know, if anything happens to me on this trip or whatever, if I disappear or if I come up suicided, and they say, hey, this guy hung himself or shot himself, it's bullshit and that they got to me. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but I feel like somebody like myself getting the movement gathered together and uniting the movement, that I'm doing something dangerous. I'm doing something that no one's went and done yet. And at some point I'm wondering when there's going to be resistance and when they're going to start sending in like perps to come meet, and you never know. And I can't carry a gun around in my car state to state and get pulled over, so I'm not strapped, so I have to worry about whoever comes to meet me and the integrity of these people and what their plan with me is, whether it's just to hang out, meet me, or something more sinister. And I gotta have that in mind when I'm meeting strangers. So it's amazing, and it can be a tad scary, and that's straight up. It can be just a little scary, and a lot of people have told me that they could never do what I'm doing because of that. Manoso says, do you think there's a connection between flat earth, Mandela effect, and simulation theory? Have you made any search around those theories? Mandela effect is cool. It's like got some that I can kind of explain away, and then some I can't. For instance, like Mandela effect, a good one that I notice a lot of people seem to say the same thing, is that the JFK limo went from being like a 4-person car to being like 6 people in a stretch limo. And that's pretty weird. And then, let's see. So that one I thought was pretty weird because I could always swore it was a 4-person car. And then the Bernstein Bears, man, my teachers in school like used to read that book to us when we were like in kindergarten and 1st grade. And we would read it as kids in like 2nd and 3rd grade. It was Steen. I know for a fact it was Steen. There's no way that all of us in the school like got it wrong. Like all the teachers like just said Steen, Bernstein instead of Stain. No way, dude. An E and an A, like we all just like missed it. No way, dude. It was Bernstein, and then somehow now it became Bernstein. Which is weird. How can it do that? And then like my mom's favorite actress is like Sally Fields, and then it turned into Sally Field. And then I was like, Mom, what's your favorite actress? She goes, Sally Fields. And I said, well, now her name is Sally Field. And I showed her, and she's like, oh, well, I guess I was wrong. So some people will just be like, oh, whatever, I was wrong. And then it's like, well, that was your favorite actress, Mom. I'm pretty sure you know it's Sally Fields, right? She's like, well, I thought it was. So there's some weird ones. I can't explain that Mandela thing. I don't know what it is, because can you really be like, oh, there's a rip in the time continuum and alternate dimensions? And it's like, really? Can we test that? Shit, I don't know. So the Mandela thing is weird. And then as far as simulation goes, I don't know. I feel like I have control over this life and it's not a simulation. Like I have the option to like stay another day here in Austin tomorrow or go to Houston or wherever the fuck I feel like. So I don't know if it's a simulation, but I don't know. Could be. Yahtzee Yates says, bro, the way you shitted on Joe Rogan and Mick West was absolutely epic. Thanks, bro. Yeah, that's what I mean. I wonder why Joe Rogan won't bring me up. My guess is he's going to dodge me. Tony Two Keys says, gonna smoke some weed. Well, I don't want to smoke on camera. That way, like after I make a really good proof, they can't like line up a bunch of clips of me like being like like hitting a big old bong, you know what I mean? So it would be like, when like ODD made that video about Steve-O. Remember Steve-O's like when he went on Joe Rogan's show, he's like, I saw the curvature of the earth, bro. I went up to like the edge of space and I saw the curvature of the earth. Then the next scene of Steve-O's like doing whippets on the floor, like, so I don't want to like have clips of me like hit bongs and pipes and shit, like to where I make a good proof or I say something good and then they just stack clips of me getting high back to back and make it look like I'm just an idiot or something. So, do I get high? Hell yeah, but I don't really want to do it on camera so much. That's just one of my things, But if you ever hang out with me, you'll definitely get to smoke one with your boy. And many people who have hung out with me have done so. And definitely, Nicholas Treesome, Steve-O is a dumbass. I know. I used to like the Jackass crew, but man, you start seeing like, as you get older and older, that some of these people are just brain dead. You know what I mean? Saw curvature of the earth, bro. This staple my ball sack to my leg. Yeah, it's like I used to love that guy, but now it's like I look at him and I kind of feel sorry for him in a way. Jules Level says, anything happen after Howard Stern? No, I called him Howard the Coward, and then they never talked to me again. Maybe I should have waited before I called him Howard the Coward. Jade Johnson said, if you knew anyone who are on drugs, would you lose respect for them? You would be surprised who uses drugs to feel better. Dude, tons of people are on drugs, man, like prescription drugs. Oh my God. It's funny how like a prescription drug user will like point at someone who's like doing illegal drugs and be like, oh, that person's an addict. Let me go munch down on my pain pills and my antidepressants now. You know what I mean? So, a lot of people are addicted to drugs. Caffeine, I'll admit, man, I like go through withdrawals if I don't have caffeine every like at least couple days. I don't have to have it every day, but after like 2 days, I'll start getting like headaches and shit. Like, so caffeine's like a drug that, I'll admit I'm addicted, man. I went through that energy drink phase where I was drinking that garbage. At least now I'm trying to drink more like coffee, but alcohol, I'm drinking some beer right now. I'm not going to lie. Like, I have my addictions and crutches, but I'm not on any prescription pills whatsoever. None. But I drink some beer. I'll smoke me some pot, and I occasionally like to eat a mushroom or two or a handful. But those are the things I like to do. Ninja Animation says, I really love your hair. Thank you. This is like my go-to style. I get it cut short, then I get this like really strong, like waxy kind of gel, and I just do this daily. That's what I do. That's my haircut. It's like I either look like this or I let it grow out and I look like a dude with a cup in my hand begging for change. It's not what drugs you are on. They care about just whose. Big pharma and alcohol companies are part of the elite. Yeah, no shit. I'll eventually have to quit drinking this shit, but I'll admit, y'all, at the end of the night, I like drinking a beer. Mary Gutierrez, you look cool, Jake. Oh, what's up, girl? That's the girl I got me a hotel in Las Vegas. You got a ranch. Hi, Mary. Thank you for the treats. Mary got these treats for Rusty, the ones I just fed him, and she's a sweetheart. She took me around downtown old Las Vegas, went into Binion's, and she showed me the $1 million stack that they got locked down and under plastic, and we took our picture with a $1 million stack. She's a sweetie. Absolutely awesome person to meet in Las Vegas and hang out with. She's in the video with me and Powerland and his wife when we're in the hotel room. Viva Las Vegas. Mary's in that video. Jake, I got a 32-foot RV for your next trip. Really? You're just gonna give it to me? You're gonna let me borrow it? An RV? That'd be badass, dude. That's exactly what I should be doing. Taking this around an RV. But it would be really nice to have a flat earth lady to enjoy the trip with. Take with me in the RV. But they're far and few, the ones who can just get up and go, take off. Jake, is Texas tea decent? I think you mean the Texas pot. Yeah, most people have decent pot these days. I'm noticing like really shitty pot has kind of phased its way out around the country, especially in California. There's like not any shitty pot. Like when I was a teenager, they used to have swag, like Mexican swag with these like dark black seeds and shit. That shit went the way of the dodo in California. Like we have so much pot in California that it's just all pretty much good. Like the outdoor stuff is good. The indoor stuff's like amazing. And there's just so much of it and it's everywhere, So I just noticed, a lot of places pretty much only have decent good, that the shitty pot has seemed to like phase its way out. At least that's what I noticed. If I get to Tennessee, Bob Fakua says if I get to Tennessee, he'll put on the 20 by 12 green screen. Oh, that'd be fun to be in front of a green screen, especially if I was hanging around in a harness in front of a green screen. Flat Earth Asshole, come on down to Brownsville, Texas. No, come to Austin tomorrow to the Moon Tower Saloon, or the next day I'll be in Houston. Location to be determined. Don't make me come to you. You know how far I drove? Let me talk about this for a minute. when I come into these states that I'm not from, and I've driven thousands of miles to get to you, and for instance, if I'm in Fort Worth and you're in Dallas, which Fort Worth and Dallas and Arlington are like all connected, and you have to drive a half an hour to get to me, and you're like, oh, that's on the other side of town. Never mind. It's like, I came from California. So there are some people that like, oh, I don't want to drive 30 minutes. And it's like, fine, don't come. It's your loss. We're going to have a good meet gathering without you. But there are some people who drove, an hour, 2 hours. One lady drove out the 2.5 hours to the gathering last night. So just remember, there's going to be a lot of flat earthers. It's not just me. And I came from California. So if I'm coming to Austin, Dallas area, and then Austin, and then Houston, you got to make your way to me. I can't come to everybody's door. There's certain people on the way who I've been friends with for a while that I've been wanting to meet where I'm going specifically to their house. But there's other cities where I'm just going to show up and tell you guys where I'm going to be. And if you want to meet me bad enough, then you show up and you're there. And if it's too far for you, too bad. Maybe next time. But I want to say that the gathering last night was awesome, but whenever I drive out of town, there's always somebody saying like, well, I wanted to go, but that bar's on the wrong side of town, and I just don't like that place or whatever. It's like, you're coming to meet with other flat earthers. Who cares if the bar is a dive bar? There's going to be like a whole group of us. You're going to have fun. So anyway, Glenn from Phoenix. What's up, buddy? Beware all the decide conquer flat earth is being used. Matt Mason says, beware all the decide and conquer flat earth is being used by some of the elite to cause a distraction. Don't let people who are stuck wind you up. I won't do that. Yo, talk about nuke hoax. What do you think? Says Poopmouth187. Yeah, I think nukes aren't real. I think that what they can do though is put let off a bomb in the sky to where there's a big mushroom cloud in the sky, and then turn up all these cell phone towers to full blast, and the cell phone towers will then essentially be microwaves, and they'll microwave everything within a radius. So being that there's these cell phone towers being erected everywhere, even on school grounds next to children, next to every major highway and freeway, if you think you're just going to drive on out of the city while they're microwaving everybody, good luck with that. And then they're just going to say we got nuked. So basically they turn on all these cell towers, they microwave people, they set off a bomb in the sky, they point at the mushroom cloud and go, we got nuked by Russia, we got nuked by North Korea, right? I think that's how they could fake a nuke and microwave a shitload of people at once. I agree, nukes don't exist. It was like you can just put a bunch of dynamite and get a huge boom, and when you videotape it, then go back and add special effects, and then tell the other countries, look at this weapon we have. You better not fuck with us or we'll drop one of these on you. And if they believe it, then you don't have to even have that weapon, right? The technology doesn't have to exist as long as somebody believes it does. Hey, FEA, what do you think about NASA painting the sky with their boosters and rainbow colors on the East Coast? I haven't heard about that. Actually, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know if that's recent or what. Dude, spot on. Life is good. Stay flat, flat, flat. Thanks, I'm on a plane. I will. Jake, people asking, will you ever come to the UK? If support keeps up like it has been, hell yeah, I'll come to the UK. You guys can help support me and make it happen. I would love to. I want to go to Canada, the UK, and Australia because I have like fan bases and subs there, and those are places I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Europe, any of it, never been to, I always wanted to go to Australia, Canada. Plus these places, a lot of places they speak English. So I'd love to go, or they're taught English in a lot of these places, even if it's not the native language. It's like a lot of people still are taught English, so I would love to get over all over and travel all over Europe, Australia, Canada. God, I would love to. And, it might be possible with help and support from awesome people like you guys. Nabar says, Flat Earth made me a better gardener. Oh, yeah? How so? DJ Chronic says, I'd totally smoke with you in New York City. Awesome. We'll see if I make it into New York City. I've never, like I said, I've never been up there, and I'm definitely going there. I know that New York City is huge and big and gnarly and scary, but maybe I could at least roll in there and check it out. Oh no, I have that fear in my head. I'm going to roll into New York City and just like get stuck right away in like gridlock traffic. And I'm like going to not be able to find a gas station in time, run out of gas in like gridlock traffic. And everyone's going to be like, honk, 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 honk. Like honk at me until I die. I have that. That's like an irrational fear, probably. But yeah, I'll come to New York. Life or death. Alex Aquarius says, Houston meetup where? I haven't decided on a location in Houston, but day after tomorrow, I'll be in Houston. I'll figure it out. Oh, actually, if you're friends with me on Facebook, maybe you can help me figure out a good Houston location. You know, someplace that's chill enough to where 10 to 20 people can meet and talk without it being too loud. And, you know, inside's fine, outside's fine, as long as it's not too hot. You know, outsided spots where we can do shade, bring your own beer, my dog can be there, or maybe an inside location where the music isn't too loud or whatever, or we can take over a whole section of a bar or a restaurant. So anyway, yeah, whenever I come through these towns, I'm going to need suggestions because I don't know. I've never been to Kansas City, never been to Chicago, never been to New York. So when I roll into town, I literally just jump on my Facebook, tell people I'm in town, and help me come up with a place to go, you know? Ian Tinsley said, am I going to go meet Patricia in Houston? No, I'm not. I'll announce where I am in Houston, and if she shows up, that'll be kind of weird. But I ain't going there specifically to meet her. Nope. I've been asked to be on that show like 3 times, and I've never done it. Hello, FEA from France. Hello, France. Joey Lee says, petrol station in Houston. Look it up. All right. Mr. Croaky says, have a guest during live chat. Please check out NASA BS. Yeah, when I get back home, I'm going to improve this whole chat thing. I'm going to have like live guests and do it up even better. D's Nuts says, does your dog drink beer? No, Rusty does not drink beer. He just drinks water. I don't give beer to my dog. Why, Jake? What is wrong with Patricia? I don't know, man. She just don't seem quite right to me. A lot of these people, I can't prove anything about them being, agents or shills, if you will. I can't prove it, but a lot of them just seem like it to me. So I don't really go around parading who I think is an agent or not too much, but I don't know, something weird about her and her show. And at the end of the day, even if she's not an agent, her show is unwatchably boring. The only time I can even watch her show is if one of my friends is on there, you know, like I think I watched the show when Matt was on there. You know what I mean? But other than that, like I can't really, it's like, or shows where people say that they're talking about me, then I'll go see what they said about me. But I'm not, it's like unwatchable. So anybody who's like boring and unwatchable, I just don't even give a shit about them. I feel like they're irrelevant. Jake, come to Portland and Seattle. I'm coming to Oregon and Seattle area for sure. My dad's doing rock and gem shows in Oregon at the end of the month, so I'll probably help him out for a show or two. Hi, Emma. How are you doing? Wrench you up. Artistic Kid 316 says, I can prove Eric Dubé, Patricia Steer. Shit, going too fast. He says, I can prove Eric Dubé, Patricia Steer, IPS, Mark Sargent, and Math Powerland are shills. How can you prove that? Like physical proof. That's a hard thing to do, is like prove someone's an agent. Like really, really prove it. You can have that gut feeling, but can you really prove it? And what if you're wrong about one of the people you said? You know, what if you're right about some of them, but not all of them? You know, what if you fucked up on one of them being real? Just never know, man. Like I said, it's tougher to judge people than you think. It's easy to like watch a shill video and be like, yeah, I saw a shill video, so he has to be. It's another thing to go meet somebody in the flesh. T-Stew, what up, buddy? He was from the gathering last night. Man, I can't believe I'm recognizing all these people. I can prove Jake's grandmother was born in Poland. My grandmother was born in Poland? Well, you're definitely wrong there. My grandma's definitely a southerner from the good old US of A. Well, then again, my dad's side, I don't know where the hell she's from. I mean, she might have been from Poland. Fuck, you might be right. My dad's side, I only met her like twice in my whole life. She was born and raised in Florida. So no, you're wrong. She ain't from Poland, dude. You're stupid. George Heinsman asks, is it true if Math and his wife are closet swingers? Really? No, I don't know what they do with their sexuality, but I would say probably not. That they aren't, but I don't know what people do behind closed doors, their sexuality, and shame on you for asking such a weird question, and shame on me for receiving the question and talking about it. Jason Tuason says, holy cow, where are you at? I'm in Austin, Texas. Yeehaw. True World Seeker says, FEA, great thing you're doing for the truth movement. It feels great. Having a great time doing it so far. Thank you very much. Red Dog Truth says, how much weed do you got left? Not enough. Not enough. That's the answer to that. Danielle Funk says, I want to have your babies, Jake. All right, I guess you get a wrench. Since you want to have my babies. Another guy said, sorry, I mean your grandmother. Oh, my grandmother's from Poland. You might be right. Shit, you might know more about my family history than me, bro. Shalonius Monk, FEA, who you need the goods on? I don't know. Who do I need the goods on? You tell me. Yeah, Crisco says you should visit NASA. Yeah, I know they have a headquarters in Houston. I just don't know what I could really do. Like, they could probably boot me out of there real fast, especially if I started whipping out my camera and being an ass. So I don't know how much footage I could get before they boot me out of there, you know? And it is a government organization, so I don't know. It's like, it sounds like a good idea, and it could also be like something I should probably think twice before I just go waltzing into a government organization and being me. How long till I get to Kansas City? Not that much longer. I'm going to do Austin tomorrow, and then I'm going to do Houston the next day, and then I'm going to start heading north, and I'm going to try to put some miles down. I got to get all the way back across Texas and then head into Oklahoma City, and then probably do a pit stop in Wichita, and then I'll set up the Kansas City meet and greet from I'll probably hang in Wichita for a day or two with a buddy of mine, and I'll set up the Kansas City meet and greet from there. That's my plan. And then head up towards Chicago. JJ Youngblood says, yeah, Wisconsin, buddy. I'm starting to get a few Wisconsin requests. Someone said Milwaukee earlier. I've never been up there before, ever, so maybe. Can't say for sure. Globe Vandal, what's up, bro? Globe Vandal Damas from St. George. Suez Canal was dug with a horizontal datum 100 miles long, 26 feet below sea level, and not 1 inch of curvature. Good one. Mary Gutierrez says, I should go see my family. Well, I can't say for sure whether you should do that or not. Some people, going and seeing the family is a great thing, and then some people going and seeing the family is a nightmare. So that just depends on your family. Rannick, is that an official NASA photo of the planets behind you on the shelf? No, those are just abstract art. Those aren't planets. Those are some hotel room generic abstract art. Danielle Funk says, what does it mean I get a wrench? It means you're a moderator. That's this live chat's like a new thing. A lot of people don't know how it works, but it means you're a moderator, and you can boot people out. If you see anyone calling anyone a flat tard or being a dick, saying FEA is a Jew kike or anything like that, you can boot them out. FEA, now you've finished eating, right? No, I'm snacking. I got these cashews and some dried fruit, and I'm snacking. I know I'm not the greatest live chat host while I'm snacking, but I'm hungry. What are you going to do? In Houston, we can go discover Green, Last Concert Cafe, or Moon Tower. Oh, they have a Moon Tower in Houston? Because we're doing in Austin tomorrow. For those of you just joining, in Austin tomorrow, we're meeting up at Moon Tower Saloon on Manchaca Road in Austin, Texas, from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Moon Tower Saloon in Austin, Texas tomorrow, 5 to 9 p.m. And I put the address and link in the description down below this video. Down below. And there's also a link to buy my shirt, which if you're going into battle against the trolls, this is the shirt to have. And there's also a link to donate to my PayPal if you wanted to throw me any support for this trip. And any and all purchases, donations are greatly appreciated, you guys. I'm having a great time, and I couldn't do it without your guys' help. And it's going towards this trip and me setting up these gatherings. I'm noticing the turnouts are way better when I set it up a day in advance. So I'm having to show up to a town, hang out for a day, set up the event, and then do it the next day. Seems like it's been working well. So tomorrow, live Flat Earth gathering in Austin, Texas at the Moon Tower Saloon, 5 to 9. Anyone in the area, definitely be there. Yes, I sell shirts. Yeah, I'm proud of it. If you have a problem with it, don't buy one. Rusty, wake up. Jake will be munching your treats soon. No, I'm not going to eat Rusty's treats. Might have to make him do more tricks though. I think my watcher spiked when I was having Rusty do tricks. Hey, what do you think of the new weird news about ODD reality and his checkered past? I haven't heard a whole lot. I've heard stuff that Matt has to say, but maybe I'm behind. I haven't heard other stuff. I've only heard what Matt has to say. Can anyone fill me in on what checkered past he's talking about? Keep doing your thing, bro. Much respect. You cracked me up. Thanks, Yahtzee Yates. Appreciate it. Sex offender, supposedly. Yeah, I heard that from Matt, but I didn't know if it was ever true. Is somebody else reporting that? ODD is a registered sex offender. So is who else? Where did that story drop? Who reported that? Yeah, who dropped that information first, you guys? I'm out on the road. I kind of missed it. I'm not always able to stay up on top of everything, especially after the drama shit that just poured over. I just wanted to focus on these gatherings. So somebody tell me how that news broke out, please, because that would kind of make a difference on whether or not I want to go meet him. Red Dog Truth says, I saw the paperwork. He's not a sex offender per se. Okay, so people are throwing around accusations. See, that's one thing I didn't want to do is have, someone say that that's true and then find out it's not and then me go along with it or something. So I have no idea if that's true or not. I'll have to look into it. I'm not going to say anything on it because I don't know. All I can say is I have heard Matt talk about it, but I don't know for sure. And I haven't looked him up myself or whatever, but I don't know. I like his videos. That's weird. Flat Earth Tessel, Jake coming to Boston. Weed is legal. Oh, it is? That's cool. Massachusetts went legal. Awesome. Yeah, there's some states along the way. I just don't know the rules or whatever, but I am getting kind of low, so I'm definitely going to need some more probably when I get up there. So if anyone got the hookup, holla if you hear me. You ever coming to Oregon? Yeah, I'm coming to Oregon towards the end of the month. My dad's doing some rock and gem shows in Oregon, and I'll help him out once in a while. So I'll do Oregon and then maybe Seattle for a day too. Joey Sylvie says, what up, Jake? What up, Joey? Wichita, Kansas. Yeah, I have a friend in Wichita who I'm going to stay with, and then I'm going to set up the Kansas City meetup. So maybe I could catch up with you in Wichita. I don't know. We'll see. If I say I'm in Wichita and enough people drum up support, maybe I'll do 2 Kansas meetups. Who knows? Come to Alaska. I got weed, says GLX. Okay. I've never been to Alaska, but if you got weed, I should just start going that way. Flatter 2017 consciousness. Very little curve here in Flat Diego, mostly water. Yeah, that was the first stop, was San Diego. It was fun. Come to France. All right. Yep, Europe. Might have to start planning the European tour for next year. Grow my channel a little more, and then next year, head out to Europe. That'd be fun. Virginia, you got some smoke for me, huh? All right, Mad Philosopher. Might have to put Virginia on the map. And then Rannick said, don't forget a Hawaii stop. Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii. I know, I need to go. I could write it off as a business expense, Well, I do Flat Earth gatherings for a living, and I'm going to go do a Flat Earth gathering in Hawaii. So let's see. Isle of Man is flat. Kush here. Oh, yeah? What about China, says Nicholas Bratt. Man, I'd love to go to a lot of different countries. It just comes down to the logistics of going, Then when I get on a plane and I leave, I don't have any pot with me, which is scary to not have pot with me because I have to rely on finding it when I get there. So I'd have to have really good Flat Earther friends to come pick me up at whatever airport I was at, or at least if I rented a car, be ready for me to hook me up. If I fly into the UK, I know you guys don't have as much pot as we have over here in the States. So, I don't want to be flying into the UK and going dry for days and days and days, man. If I come to the UK, somebody got to have the hookup. Because I have friends and family who's been over to UK and over in Europe, and they're like, there's just hardly any weed over there. Everyone just fucking smokes cigarettes all the time. Crisco says, what do you hope to get out of this road trip? Well, without hope, what I have been getting out of it is the joy of bringing like-minded people together so that A, I have someone for me to hang out with and talk to, and B, they all get to come together and make friends with each other to where when I leave town, all these flat earthers are exchanging numbers, and now they have friends, and now they feel like they're not alone in their hometown And when you look around and you're with 20 like-minded people in a public space and you're all getting along, and they were all strangers, but you all came together because of the flat Earth, it's a great feeling. It's magical, and it's been building along the way. And I have the feeling it's going to keep building. It's going to get better, that people are going to want to come out even more because they're following along with this, and they're going to see what happens. When I post you guys the footage of the Texas gathering and you see how rowdy it was, like how like much energy, like people showed up, like it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So, I mean, it wasn't that rowdy, but when I got people to cheer at the camera. So I was like, make some noise if you think NASA's full of shit. And they're like, yeah. So make some noise if the Earth is flat. Yeah. So that's what I mean by rowdy. They weren't like, they're actually really chill and awesome people, but I got them to be rowdy, I should say. What have I done in Austin? I got a hotel room and I ate, and then I set up this computer and I'm live chatting. That's what I've done in Austin. And then tomorrow I'm just going to continue promoting up the show, or not show, the gathering at Moon Tower Saloon in Austin on Manchaca Road, 10212 Manchaca Road, Austin, Texas, from 5 to 9 p.m. Jake, read my fucking comment. We got dank here for days, bro. Don't listen to people telling you UK is dry. They go in the wrong people. Hit me up if you get over here. That's what I like to hear. Good, good. If I come to the UK, yeah, because I'm not going to go through customs with stinky California pot. So if I come to the UK, I'm going to be instantly dry. I'm going to need to be hooked up. Biker Scout says he's going to do his first ever live chat on Wednesday, 7, I think he said. Yeah, Wednesday at 7. Biker Scout. He's a cool guy. FEA, come to Moscow, Russia. You'll be my translator, huh? All right, AT. I'll have to put Russia on the map. I'm sure once I got to Russia, then I wouldn't be allowed to come back to the United States. Red Dog Truth, Jake, I speak from experience, so I know. Tell these guys what it's like talking to Math on the phone for the first time. You pretty much just sit there and listen to him while he talks, and then once you get to know him well enough, then it's like you kind of can pick and choose your spots, and you have to kind of talk over him. So he's one of those guys that, like, I'll let him interrupt me sometimes, but, like, if I really want to say something and make him listen, I'll just talk really fucking loud and just yell over the top of him. That's the only way to do it. Just being honest, man. And I don't mind doing that once in a while. Next stop, Antarctica, huh? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'd rather fake them out and go to the North Pole. I think that's where the real secret is. And Jen Van Dam says, yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I already went to Phoenix, Arizona. It was good. A bunch of good people there. Good turnout. Oh, yeah, I'm going to say again, I still have that footage of meeting IPS at the Dinosaur Museum. I have footage from his apartment, the inside of his apartment, his paintings. Right after he said his name was Math Powerland, I turned on the camera and started recording his interview. And I have his response after he said his name is Math Powerland as to why he did it. I have all that caught on camera. Only thing is, I know when I post it, people are going to still think I'm in Albuquerque hanging out with him. So I'm going to have to disclaimer the hell out of it and say, hey, this is the old footage. I'm long gone. I'm in Texas, or wherever the hell I am. And this was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, days and days ago. Here's the footage of IPS. I haven't talked to him since. I don't know shit about him. Here's the footage. That's all it is. So I'm going to have to disclaimer it because I know not everyone's going to get it. They're going to ask why I would post the footage. But the footage is awesome. We went to the Dinosaur Museum and I just talked a shitload of shit at the Dinosaur Museum, like you guys would imagine me to do. I just walked in like I owned the joint, you know? Started being a loudmouth. So expect that footage within a few days. Ty Gorton, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Well, all right. I think maybe I'll head off for the night, and I'll get to work on editing some footage for the rest of the night, eat some food, snuggle up with Rusty in my hotel room, pass out, and tomorrow, I'll make one last announcement for tonight. Tomorrow, Flat Earth Gathering in Austin, Texas. We're going to be, well, actually, it's today now since it's 1 a.m. here. So today, Flat Earth Gathering, it's going to be at the Moon Tower Saloon from 5 to 9 p.m., and that's today on June 13th. June 13th, 5 to 9 p.m., Moon Tower Saloon. Oop, it looks like I need to edit it because I accidentally put the 12th on the description. So, all right, y'all. make sure to come out tomorrow to the Flat Earth Gathering if you're in the Austin, Texas area or anywhere around there from 5 to 9, Moon Tower Saloon. This is a Flat Earth asshole going across the USA, meeting you guys in person, putting together Flat Earth gatherings so you can not only meet me and become friends with me, you can meet people in your own hometown who are just like you, and it's a lot of fun. So if I roll through your hometown or if I'm anywhere close, I hope you come on out and meet me. And please keep watching and checking out my channel. And I'm going to be posting pictures and videos along the way from my journey and all the people that I've been meeting. And can't wait to meet you guys. Next stop after Austin will be Houston. And then I'm going to start heading north. So stay tuned, y'all. It's the FEA across the USA. FEA across the USA. FEA across the USA. I'm coming out to meet you. Let's go eat some pizza. Later.